Good morning. How are we doing, guys? Nice to see you all. Who's in the hizzy? Aslan, good morning, my good people. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're doing well too, my friend. How are you today? What even rank is that anymore? I don't know. We'll just say General Benham. How you doing, Richard? Good to see you. Farley Gamers here. A right to be named. Are you new to the chat? A right to be named. Where in the world are you? How's it going? How's the vegan scene where you are? Sergeant Angharad. Good morning, everyone. From my mum, Fudge, and I. Lovely. Always good to see you. Vegan Noah. Hey there yourself. How are you doing? Farley, where is the music from? My theme tune. So I had that commissioned. It was one of my PT clients. That was his son. Tom Ferguson is his name. He done it. Wind Waker, what's up? Greetings, everyone. Greetings to you. How are you today? Blood Hill, morning, everyone. What's everyone up to today? I think I'll mostly be gardening. Morning to you, Blood Hill. Gardening sounds nice. What the blinking heck am I up to today? I'm at the gym after this. Upper body pull day. Then I may look at potentially doing a video if I can decide what topic to make it on. Yeah. Yeah, and then stream again tonight. Or is it Friday? Oh, Gemma will be on stream tonight. We're going to be coming on a little later in the evening, guys. We've decided we're going to stream from 7 p.m. now. It often seems a little busier, and we like to do an evening walk, and we found we actually prefer to get that in a bit earlier, and then do the stream a bit later. So yeah, about 7 p.m. going forwards for the stream. We'll try and do it at 7 on the dot. Yeah, what's everyone else up to? I'm interested. White Bread, morning, Green Giant and friends. Watching the David Leduc interview. Thank you. Any other fighters you like? I like to bust rooting in pain. Is pancreas still a thing? I don't know. I sort of feel like it's probably not, but I suppose I wouldn't really know. And yeah, he's done a bit of training with Bas, hasn't he? He ripped one of Bas's pads open with his elbow. I really look up to Bas rooting. I sort of resonate with him because he was a doorman, wasn't he? And he did some good self-protection videos. I like how he, I mean, it's not very nice really, but I like how he injects humour into his violence explaining. Yeah, very good. I used to like a lot of the fighters really. Sort of got not great. Well, yeah, sort of grown out of it. I think in my older age, I'm not so really interested. But yeah, the fact that Dave Leduc is such a dominating fighter in such a brutal sport, I think that's amazing for veganism. Do check out my new video, guys, if you've not seen it already. It's I think it's going to make some huge waves. Well, he already is. And what I really love about him is, despite his ferocity in the ring, and he is really ferocious, but he really cares about animals. He's really into the animal rights, like heavily, like big time. And I think that's admirable. I think that strong, like fighter types should protect the weak. Do you know what I mean? I think that's sort of a foregone conclusion. And I think those sort of more alpha types who push others around, that's insecurity. Like, they're not really that alpha. They're basically a bit insecure. So they throw their weight around to try and make themselves feel better. But yeah, true strength requires no victims. I think Patrick Baboumian said that before, and I think that's beautiful. And I think it's right as well. Farley Gamer, how long does it take for him to start talking? It varies. It varies. I typically start the stream up about a quarter of an hour before I'm going to come on, because If not, it would just be me and one other person in here, and it would be a bit dull, a bit deadly. Excuse me. Aslan, what time do you go to sleep and what time do you wake up at? I tend to go to sleep by 10 p.m. and I wake up between 5 and 6, so I get like 7 or 8 hours, which supposedly is about optimal for the human animal. Farley, I like your pet monkey. I'm going to have to take umbrage with you there. He's not a pet, he's his own person. But he hangs out with me sometimes. Jeff, what do you think about the health factors of hemp seeds and cannabis? Hemp seeds, yeah, they're super helpful. Good amounts of omega-3. They're skewed the wrong way in terms of 3 and 6. No, actually, they're in the perfect ratios. But if you wanted to eat any other nuts and seeds, like, you wouldn't then be able to like balance them. So they are extremely good. Health benefits of cannabis, I've not really looked into. I mean, I imagine there's a few negatives as well, particularly if you're smoking it. So Dr. Greger did a whole series on cannabis. I wasn't really that interested, but he's done a whole series on pros and cons, so that'd be worth a look. Hello, a right to be named. How are you doing? I think I've answered that one. The Wind Waker. I'm better with every hangout. We all do. Thanks. Oh, that's nice. Farley, how old is your monkey? I asked him, but he couldn't speak English, so I don't know. The only way to find out would be to chop his leg and count the rings, but of course that wouldn't be vegan, so I'm afraid we'll never know. And go at 22 days until you know what. I love it. I love these daily updates. They really excite me. Farley Gamer, where did you get your monkey? I would never seek to get a monkey. I don't feel like that would be a very vegan endeavour, potentially. The vegan Mooncat. Subscribe to him. He's great. Sergeant Mooncat. Blinking couriers. When companies promise you next day delivery, and what they mean is it'll take 2 days, like that's just rude. But anyway, I'm glad you're going to be around. So that's good stuff. Little private discussion there. I don't know why I'm saying it in front of everyone. That must be confusing for you all. A right to be named. Can you please make a video on Dr. Mercola? I don't know. He don't really interest me. I'm aware of him. He's sort of a bit of a more of a mainstream doctor, is he? But with some wacky ideas on what's healthful. I'm not really entirely sure. I think he kind of bores me. 400,000 subs though, so that's quite good. So it might be worth tackling. Best-selling book, The Truth About COVID-19. Exposing the Great Reset, lockdowns, vaccine passports. Must be nice to know it all. Wish I knew it all. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of him, really, in all honesty. Seems to go on about fluoride a lot. Yeah. Unless he really does anything particularly like to do with veganism or something. I don't know that my audience would be that interested. But if he was to do something like veganism, I'd certainly take a look at that. Nice, Cat. I hope you enjoy. Sean Garrity, hello, bro. Hello, how are you doing, my friend? Blood Hill, you definitely seem to love your CBD cannabis derivative. Yeah, CBD is definitely very good. In terms of perceived benefits, we wouldn't know. There are about 8,500 studies on CBD. It is well studied at this point. And it is legalised in a lot of countries. I mean, I don't know where you are. It's been legalised in the UK for ages. PubMed. Subida. Just pause this a second because for some reason it gets really loud. If not, so yeah, if you look on PubMed currently, 8,770 studies on CBD. So yeah, it's quite well studied. In the UK, the National Health Service actually prescribe it for some conditions. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen then. I hope you could still hear me. A right to be named. Michaela is anti-vegan. So are there any videos where he talks about it specifically? In which case, particularly if they're more recent, would be good. Michaela. Let's have a look at his recent videos then. Fluoride, toxic legacy, hidden epidemic, global tyranny, COVID. Looks like he's done nothing recently. 6 reasons to avoid support regenerative agriculture. So yeah, that's kind of pro-animal abuse, isn't it? But that was 4 months ago, so I feel like I'm a bit late. And only had 2,400 views. I don't think it'd get any views if I was to do a Gary Taubes case for keto. Oh god, yeah, he's well gone, isn't he? This guy, he's well gone. If he brings out something new, I will definitely be keen to have a look. Although I don't know, most of his videos are 1.4k views, 3k views. It's not really probably worth my while. I doubt whether it would get much views. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not inspired, if I'm honest. Jeff. Blood Hill, I mean cannabis in general. Oh, we won't know until we study cannabis. Yeah, I don't really know anything about that, if I'm honest. Spectrals help with a bunch of ailments. Yeah, sure. Sean, freestyle BMX hurts a lot at times, but the CBD sure does help for me. Yeah, I love it. So what are you little tinkers up to today then? Have you got anything exciting on the cards? Blood Hill, on a different topic, how nice is it to have a break from this heat? It's been as high as 38 degrees here. I hate it. I want it to be 76 degrees at all times. And then I just jump in a cold shower when it gets too much. Yeah, I like the heat. Dan! Morning, Squad. How you doing, brother? Liam's here. Much love, Hench, from your friends in Canada. Aye, thanks for joining, Liam. How's things? How are you today? How's the vegan thing going over there? Minka, if I employ a monkey butler and pay him a good wage to bring me my sandwich, would it still be vegan? Does he? If he really wants to do it, You know, if he's not in servitude, I say that would be fine. It's only exploitation and cruelty. So yeah, if you're paying him like a good wage and he can get like all the bananas he could ever care for and have a lovely monkey palace in a tree somewhere, yeah, I'm sure that would be fine. Also, I'd like one. And if you can't do it in real life, of course, you can always do it in The Sims. A right to be named. Do you still feed your cats vegan? Yes. Brennan, you're awesome, Hench. Well, you're awesome for saying that, and thank you. And you're very welcome around these here parts. In fact, you should hang out more often. Sean Geraghty brings up a good point. 73. The year I was born, in fact. Dan is working all day, but it's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. And it's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Boom. Dirk Diggler in the hizzy with his cool little drawing. How do people do that? How do you do it? Windwaker, I'm going for a ride with my horse. Vegan ride, of course. You're taking the horse on your back? Oh, you'll be on your bike. Cool. Now Dan's doing it. How do you do this? And is that his lugs or is he doing a double biceps? I can't work it out. Sean Geraghty, Paul wants a monkey palace treehouse. Yeah, as long as the monkey wants it though. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't want the monkey to live in a high quality palatial environment, you know, against his will. Mincat, when you get Black Cat visiting, does she eat any of Cowboy's vegan food? Yeah, we specifically feed her vegan food, thinking then she won't eat as much death food elsewhere. Yeah, we're little buggers like that. But she doesn't eat from Cowboy's trough. But to be fair, Cowboy never leaves any food in the trough anyway. White bread, my mountain and road bikes are my happy pills. Nice, yeah, there's a lot to be said for that. You know, exercise in general, but just getting out as well. I love feeling the wind through where my hair would be, should I have any. Brennan, I hope everyone in the chat has a great and exciting day. Don't forget to work out and smile when you eat healthy, everyone. What a lovely sentiment. That's nice. I like that. And right back at you. Bloodhill, I'm going to have another go at adopting the old boy from the kennels near me. He's not got long left and doesn't sort of spend his last days in this cell. Yeah. What if I wasn't happy with him yesterday? Ow. Well, I hope that pans out, and that's very nice. I'm not sure what everyone's talking about. Dan, he's doing a biceps pose. That's what I thought. But I didn't know if it's just because I'm a bodybuilder that's what I saw. Sean, maybe I'm projecting and I want the treehouse. Yeah, that would be nice to have a treehouse, wouldn't it? Sergeant Langley, how are you, my lovely? Good to see you. It's raining really heavily where Angharad is, all the way in Anglesey. Yuck. What's the weather meant to be doing here today? So I've got to cycle to the gym in a bit. It's about a 10-minute bike ride, which I like because it kind of warms me up, ready for training. So it's like it's not like wasted time, if you know what I mean. Oh, rain. Yuck. I hope we're getting all the rain now and that towards the end of summer where the camp out is, that's going to be drier. That would be nice. Dan, on Android, the Gboard keyboard has an emoji option for this style. Interesting. Oh, Mincat, if you're still in here, I had an idea today, this morning. I'm thinking I'm not using the D-pad for anything on Minecraft because it's a bit of a pain. Ideally, I'd like to be able to cycle through the things and not have to only go one way. You know, when you're selecting the hot bar or whatever it is. So I was thinking, why don't I map the hotbar onto the D-pad and then have the shoulder buttons how it was? Is that, can we configure that? Was that on there? Did you notice? Brennan, does your bodybuilding split include any basic bodyweight exercises? No. I could do pull-ups, like they'd be about in the right rep range. But I prefer to do like low back first, which is really like close grip rows. And then I'm probably too weak to do much in the way of pull-ups. And press-ups are far too easy. So, no, I don't like bodyweight for bodybuilding because it's hard to progress. Like with weights, you can put on like, I don't know, half a kilo or whatever. You can do that like weekly progression. With body weight, you're kind of stuck with whatever your body weight is. So it's harder to do that progressive overload thing. Yeah. So yeah, not really the biggest fan. The Wind Waker. I can send you some sun. Brilliant. Let's make it happen. Mooncat sounds like a good idea. Nice. I'll have a little go then, and if I get stuck, you may be getting a phone call. Oh, we have a wet bunny outside. Oh no. Bring him in, warm him up, dry him off, towel him off. Blood Hill, I can't complain about the heat because I chose to live in Spain, but I've been going through 3 shirts if I work and skate in the same day. Wow. So when it mellows out, I appreciate. Yeah, I can understand that. A right to be named. Have you heard of Paul Kerton? I'm afraid I have. He has some very funny ideas about what's healthy. Where did I first see him? Years ago, I saw Elliot Hell's like hanging out with him. So I think that tells you something. Timmy Thistle, how old were you when you first started training? I was 15. I enrolled in karate and I got my first dumbbell and barbell set. And yeah, I was very sore. Just carrying them home. We didn't have a car. Like we had to like carry them by hand, me and my dad. And yeah, I was not in much of a state to be able to use them for a while. Jamie, what do you think of the, and first of all, welcome, what do you think of the eCornell certificate? Ever done it? Worth doing? I haven't done it, but I know a few people who have and they love it. They think it's absolutely brilliant. Liam H, all is well. Thanks for asking. Hope you have a great day. As for Canada, we're working on it, but it seems to be getting better every day. That's what we like to hear. And I hope you have a great day too, my friend. I'm sure Fudge's fur is keeping him warm. I mean, animals, you know, historically didn't live in like hutches or houses, did they? Like they're like running around the forest or whatever. So I'm sure they're built for it. I'm sure they're a lot happier than we would be. Let's put it that way. Timmy Thistle, are you black? Well, I got my 3rd Dan. I was due to do my 4th Dan in karate when I tore my knee cartilage, and then I just never went back to it. And in fact, that operation needs redoing anyway. That was a lot of years ago. What was I, maybe 36 then? Yeah, so a long time ago. Yes. Yeah, I was, for the longest time, I was a martial arts instructor. That was how I made my living. That was a good job, actually. I sort of forget that I did that. Yeah, I used to enjoy that. I taught like karate and like self-protection as well. So more like how to manage like the sort of what I call the pre-fight interview, where people are giving the big like, you what's up, what, yeah, come on then. All that old nonsense. How to control that, that's important. So you don't let them get in your face. And then, yeah, just strategies for dealing. Oh, and yeah. I also did a couple of times a week. I'll get all the doormen together who I worked with, and we would practice different drills and spar and do all things, but actually in the club where we worked. So you'd practice, like if someone's sitting there and they've got a glass, you've got to ask them to leave. So one thing, if his glass is in this hand, you wouldn't approach from this side. You know, you'd approach from this side. So mechanically, he's not very strong, whereas you're very strong that way. And you'd practice like pinning his hand to the table and then like levering up in an arm bar and all different, just real life scenario, actually drill, like with real specificity, like actually in the environment where you're going to be putting it into practice. So I think that was invaluable. I kind of forgot we did all that stuff. But sometimes it'd go a bit wrong because we'd practice right before we started work. And of course, then you're all fired up and you want to try all your things out. And it didn't end well for some of the customers if they were naughty. Silly things. I was lucky not to get in a lot of trouble. And I don't recommend anyone does it. It's a very silly endeavour. Dan, us Homo sapiens aren't so lucky being naked, furless creatures, indeed. Brennan, thanks for always answering. I appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely, happy and possibly adventurous day. I wouldn't mind a bit of adventure. I did tweak my microdose up a little bit today, so have I gone a little bit too far? Who knows? We'll find out. It could be quite adventurous. Jamie, are there other combos like turmeric and black pepper, mustard powder and cruciferous vegetables that you'd recommend for optimal nutrient absorption? I felt like I knew a few, and then someone asked me this the other day and nothing came to mind, like literally nothing. I mean, you certainly want fats to absorb, fat-soluble vitamins. So, where was I then going with that? I then had something in mind, and I feel like it's escaped my mind again. Oh, yeah, tomatoes, lycopene. So lycopene is a carotenoid, like beta-carotene. So it's basically pre-vitamin A or pro-vitamin A. But you absorb that better with fat. So, for instance, putting salsa with guacamole, like those two would go really well. The avocado, the fats from the avo, and the lycopene from the tomatoes. And lycopene, I mean, avocado's got vitamin E, which is a great antioxidant. Lycopene from the tomatoes, 200 times more powerful of an antioxidant. So, yeah. So that's really good. Not really a combo, but one thing to note is to chop your allium vegetables 10 minutes before you cook them. Similar to the cruciferous thing. Oh, and I guess you could add some raw onion or something on serving if you didn't get time. Yeah, that would work actually. So yeah, there's another one. So allium vegetables, onions, shallots, garlic, leeks, spring onions / green onions / scallions, depending on where you live in the world, those things. All these allium vegetables, yeah, you need to chop them 10 minutes before you cook so that the precursor has time to work with the enzyme to create the allicin, which is a very powerful anti-cancer compound. But yeah, I guess if you didn't have time, like adding the cruciferous, like say mustard to the cooked cruciferous vegetables, I guess you could add like some chopped red onion or something on serving, like a garnish. And then the alliinase, the enzyme in there, would work with the alliin in the cooked vegetables to produce allicin actually in your stomach. So I guess that would work similarly. So I've just actually made that one up. I'm almost tempted to say don't quote me, but I'm so confident of the science because it's only the enzyme that's destroyed by cooking. Precursors remain intact. So yeah, that should be absolutely fine. That's all that springs to mind. Other than to say, there is the concept of food synergy. Basically, nutrients in one ingredient can amplify health benefits of nutrients in other ingredients. So quite simply, eating a range of different foods at each meal will really boost the antioxidant potential, like the anti-cancer, anti-aging, anti-inflammatory. It's just good to mix. Most meals I like to try to get, and it's not every single meal, but by and large, it's most meals, legume, whole grain, fruit, vegetable, nut, or seed, herb, or spice. I like to try and get at least one of each. When it's veggies, probably several veg. Nutrients in one ingredient will amplify the health benefits of nutrients in other ingredients. You get so much more benefit. So just in general, like mix your foods up rather than say, I don't know, you leave too far between meals and you think, oh, I'll just have a handful of raisins. Well, it would have been better to have your meals slightly closer together and have eaten the raisins in with one of the meals so that they could have got the food synergy thing. Oh, Hangout, I really wish that Fudge could come to camp out. Esther, the Wonder Pig, came to, I think, the last camp out, or the second from last one. Yeah, there was a pig hanging out there. Timmy Thistle is off. Enjoy your day, my friend. Sean Geraghty, have you ever seen a ghost? I've had a few supernatural experiences. I had an argument with what I would guess I would call a poltergeist when I was really little. Yeah, and it basically was a really deep male voice. And I used to have a beaker, with like a plastic beaker with water next to the bed, you know, for during the night. And he was saying to me, like, in the morning, that water, that beaker is not going to be there. And all I can remember was telling him that he was stupid, like over and over. Just telling him he was stupid. And I think I was so young, I didn't know that it was like weird or whatever. Like I just took it in my stride. Like, and in the morning, I was in the living room. I remember I was on the floor playing with a little, I think they were called Matchbox cars, like a little toy car. I think it's like the UK equivalent of Hot Wheels or whatever. And my mum shouted through, "Why is your beaker under your pillow?" No, sorry, "Why did you put your beaker under your pillow?" And I was like, "I didn't." And she wouldn't believe me. And so I got really upset and I was just crying my eyes out. And I think that's the only reason I remember the whole thing. I think when you have high emotions around something that happens, it forms like a strong memory. You know, because I can't remember the vast majority of my childhood, certainly. But I remember that like it was yesterday. And yeah, I think that's the only reason I remembered it. And I wonder, like, were there loads of other incidences like that, but I just didn't remember them because I didn't get upset because my mum didn't believe me. I was so young, I didn't have the wherewithal to tell my mum, oh, actually, like, a ghost done it. Like, it didn't enter my head, like... Well, I didn't even know what a ghost was in those days anyway. So, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, and so I would say I've had a good dozen seemingly supernatural experiences happen, which probably, if it wasn't for that first experience as a very young lad, I probably would have just brushed off and thought, oh, like... I'm being silly, like, you know, or whatever. But I think because I know that this is actually a phenomenon, yeah, I'm not sort of like deluding, like sort of talking myself out of it, basically. I'll tell you the worst thing that happened to me was when I was a doorman and I was about 130 kilos. I thought I was a real big, dangerous, scary mofo who like no one should like mess with. I thought I was really tough, and this one nightclub I worked called Icon was built over top of a plague pit. The actual area is called Tombland. So, and anyone who worked at that club for more than about a year or so had a story of something weird, not always very nice happening. And it was the end of the night. And so there was two parts to Icon. There was Icon downstairs. This is all the same building, You went in from the front, like 2 different doorways. But Fifth Avenue was that upstairs part. And I had to go to Fifth Avenue, and then you go along a real long corridor. It was about the time of the Green Mile film, if you remember that film, with John Carthy, Like the Drink. And a real long winding green corridor. We called it the Green Mile. And I had to go up there and then down and a real long old walk. And I basically had to lock the fire door at the back there. It's like a sort of U-shaped piece of metal that went up through the handles, and then like a bolt went through. And I was basically, well, there was this sound like, and my brain told me that sounds like about the weight of a body being dragged along the floor. That's what came to my mind. And there was like this dog like snarling and like labouring, and it was like the dog was dragging the body. It was so loud, and it was horrible. And because I didn't want to like, because I couldn't lose faith, I had to like lock this door. That was my job, and I was a 21 stone doorman. I thought I was as hard as nails. Where was I going? Yeah, I basically had to lock this door. So I just told myself, oh, maybe there's a dog in the alleyway. But I knew that I was lying to myself. I knew full well that whatever was making that noise, I was in the middle of it. That noise was coming from where I was. I was occupying like the same space. Anyway, I put this bolt in, locked the door, and I ran for my life. I ran for my very life. I never went back there. And I asked Kathy, Kathy Salter, she was the manager there. She was the manager there for about 9 years at that point. And I said to her, Kathy, you've been working here a long time. I imagine you've had some ghostly experiences. And it was really weird. She bit my head off. And she was like, no, we had a priest in. She didn't call it an exorcism. It's something like a blessing, or she just said they'd done some kind of religious ceremony and that everything's fine now. And the way she spoke told me that she was hiding something. That was really weird. She really bit my head off. Really out of character. So, yeah. So that is 2 of my probably dozen or so ghostly experiences. Those were the 2 most profound ones. What about you guys? Do you have any ghostly experiences, or do you just think that I'm mental? Vegan Metalhead in the hizzy, good to see you. Lovely Eliza the Vegan. Subscribe to her channel. She's great, people. Blood Hill, by the way, the aforementioned kennels will send dogs overseas if anyone is interested. Fixed strays and abandoned pets need homes. They don't breed animals here, there. Facebook, Seacrest Kennels and APA Charity. Good to know. Thank you, my friend. You're welcome, Jamie. Sean's talking about purple cabbage. You can put the cabbage water down your toilet and test the pH of your urine, can't you? Because what is the purple pigment called? Blinking heck, forgotten the name of it. Help me out, someone. What's the purple pigment? But yeah, it goes red. Actually, goes red in a acid environment, and sort of more like pink in a, or even blue in a alkaline environment. I want to say zeaxanthin. Come on. Anthocyanins. I knew it was there somewhere. A right to be named. As a child, I was forced to eat a grain, potato and fruit-free diet. That's terrible. People have some funny ideas, don't they? Brennan, how many supernatural experiences have you had, if you remember them? So, yeah, I've just been speaking to that, so I guess you've already heard that. Jamie, do you think microdosing is safe for most people? I have a friend who's offered who does it, not sure whether to do it or not. Anything you'd recommend I watch or read or watch? Yeah, just do loads of research. I mean, there's not a lot of hard data on it. There's sort of anecdotal kind of report. There's quite a lot of case sort of studies, but no real proper double-blind placebo-controlled trials. So it's really hard to say. Yeah, I would say do your own research. Certainly, psychedelics are not for everyone. If you're colorblind, if you're certain mental conditions are not good. I kind of forget now. Under age 25, because the brain is not like properly formed, can harm development. So yeah, it's not for everyone. Certainly do your research. Yeah. I've not heard really of people microdosing like having any issues, but that's not to say that it couldn't happen. So yeah, I'd really research well into it. JM in the hizzy, good to see you. Dan, I used to be fascinated with the idea of ghosts, even went ghost hunting, but never experienced anything that has convinced me. No, until you see it for yourself, like you're gonna. Gemma was hugely skeptical, and I told her my kind of stories, and you know, she didn't think I was a liar, but she wasn't really feeling it. And then she had a couple of sort of mystical experiences, and overnight, like, was down with the idea of maybe that couldn't be a thing. Oh, yeah. Someone said, "Tell us a third story that's there." Oh, I'll tell you when I get to your question. Anchor, it's so lovely on our walk the other day. We found some pigs, but it does get worrying when you can't hear them in their pen. Yep, that's horrible. Dwayne, so basically to take Paul down in a fight, be supernatural. Sean Garrity, tell us a third ghost story. I'll tell you the nicest story. So I'd left home. My dad passed away when I was like 21, and I'd left home. But I came to see my mum one day at hers, where we'd all lived as a family. And we chatted for a while, and then she needed to go to the shops to get something, and I was really tired. So I said, "Oh, I'll just have a quick snooze while you go to the shops, and then when you get back, we'll have a cup of tea and carry on chatting." And when I woke up, I could smell my dad's aftershave, like really strong. I don't know if any of you guys were around in the 70s. There was one called High Karate, and it was really strong, like really pungent, and he always wore that, and which is weird that I then got into karate. But anyway, it was like he was sitting next to me. There was no like air freshener in the room, you know. Even if there was, like, you get used to smells after a few minutes, don't you? Don't even notice them anymore. But this was really strong, like he was sitting next to me, very distinct, like there, you know, there's just no way. And so I just figured that he'd come to see me, and it just made me smile so much. I just sat there really grinning from ear to ear. It felt really nice. Blood Hill, I used to run a horror-themed restaurant called the Hellfire Club. Although I don't believe in ghosts, etc., I was still scared to go downstairs to grab a drink at night. My mum didn't believe in ghosts. One little bit, except... So her gran died, and she wanted to go to the funeral, but her mum said, "No, you've got to look after your little sister. She's too young, so you need to take her to the cinema." And they went to the cinema. This is like the war years, and there was a Western on, and in the Western was a funeral. So obviously my mum was super upset, and she said she was laying in her bed crying that night, and that her gran walked through the closed door. Her dead gran walked through the door and said, "Don't cry, I'm really happy where I've gone to, it's really nice," and then just like evaporated. But yeah, she didn't believe in ghosts either. So yeah, it takes a lot of convincing for people. Dan, I don't think people are crazy. We're just prey animals with very powerful imaginations. Yeah, there may be something to that. Anchorhead, a ghost experience we had is when we were away for New Year in a place called Centre Parks. Which one? I suppose there's a few, isn't there? I went to Elvedon, but that's near me. I don't suppose that was the one you went to. Anyway, we had a Christmas tree in the lodge. One of the decorations kept falling off no matter where it was. Ghostly decoration. Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Dirk, nearly mushroom season, indeed. Anchorhead, that same year we lost my amazing uncle and mum's brother. It was definitely something we would like to do. Nice. White bread. I saw a ghost and then he called Ghostbusters. Bad idea. JM, just on your website, thanks so much for making a plant-based nutrition e-guide. You're very welcome, my friend. Yeah, I hope that's really helpful to you. Brennan, when my mum passed away, I heard her voice waking me up from my deep sleep. I went back to bed thinking I was stupid. I need to wake up to a call saying she'd passed. Wow, interesting. Bless. Yeah, you hear that a little bit, don't you? Dirk, what is the most compelling video evidence of a ghost you've seen on YouTube? I think it's Taps Prison. So I've not really watched any, in all honesty, to have a perspective. White bread, I'm told whenever you see a cardinal, that is a loved one that's recently passed paying a visit, sort of like a ghost. Well, if that's true, that would be very nice, wouldn't it? Zills, Hench, hello again from Oz. Watched your video on oil, super interesting. What do you use in place of oil when cooking? Thank you. Non-stick pans, just a little bit of water, keep everything moving, or, just steaming, or just baking without oil, like roasting, but just no oil, basically. Thanks, Sean. Right to be named Scott. Okay, thanks for hanging out. See you later. Dan, my mum has the same experience. My great nan visited her the night she died to say goodbye. Nice. Then my nan only broke the news the next day. Wow. Yeah. Winfell Forest we went to. Nice. I like Centre Parks. I think it's beautiful. It's a nice getaway, isn't it? Okay, we're a little quieter today, aren't we? We're a little quieter. If it don't get much busier, I'll probably wrap up soon, unless you've got any last minute questions or things you want to say. Who's going to the camp out, by the way? Don't forget, we're going to do a little meet up there, so I'll just post my Facebook group again in case you haven't followed it yet. Everyone's welcome. Hench Herbivore community. Boom. Yeah, so feel free to join my community group, and then we'll all hang out at the campout. That would be great. Brennan, what's your favourite moment in life? Wow, that's a profound question, isn't it? It's my favourite moment. Do you know, I'm going to say telling my mum that Gemma and I got engaged. I wanted to say Gemma and I getting engaged. That was, that of course, was really amazing. But yeah, my mum was actually on her deathbed around that time, and yeah, she wasn't in a good way. But when I told her that news, she like came back to life again, and she was really happy and excited, and she was phoning my sister to tell her, and she died that night, and it just felt as though she knew that I would be okay now, and that she could go and know that I'd be in good hands, sort of thing. Yeah, it's really profound. It's really profound. I think maybe we do have some degree of say over when we go sometimes, and yeah, I think she just figured, great, I've done my work, see you later. Yeah. Zules, what are the best milks to have? The two in our fridge are oat milk with rapeseed oil. What is this? And almond milk with calcium. Is this as bad as taking a supplement for calcium? It is if you drink a whole load of it in one go, and it's like, say it's like 0.5 gram of calcium or something. Like, that's just not natural to get it in that sort of amount. Best milks. I'm not really a fan of plant milks. If I was to have one, I'd probably pick soya, because it's very high in protein. Rapeseed oil is very high in omega-6, so it's quite pro-inflammatory. There's negatives to oils. You're better off with whole foods. Yeah. Better to stick to the whole foods, really. Blood Hill, any tips for avoiding / healing tendonitis? I really struggle with my elbows. Super nutritious diet. Try to get it quite alkaline. Balance your omega-3 and 6 in no more than a 3 or 4 to 1 ratio in favour of omega-6. That should really help. It helped me no end. If that's not quite enough, you can also, well, use a lot of things like turmeric with black pepper and ginger. These spices are really anti-inflammatory, so they're very good. But if you still need a bit more support than that, I really recommend CBD oil. That's a very powerful anti-inflammatory. Link below for 30% off your first order from Honest Hemp with my discount code. Louise, I walked into my nan's here in Ireland and was stopped dead in my tracks by the smell of my great uncle. He lives surrounded by forestry, so that there was a very distinct smell. Yeah, this is something that you hear a lot, isn't it? Like smells. That's really interesting. It's heartwarming, isn't it? It's nice to think that there's more to life than this. Fair play. You probably get this a lot, but what do you eat for protein? I mostly eat beans and tofu. Sometimes they get a bit boring. Well, it's all in the preparation, isn't it? If you know how to use your herbs and spices, different vegetables and things, you can make some lovely vegetable burgers. So it's really down to getting some good recipes on the go. Yeah, just in general, the amount of food I eat, I get 150 grams of protein just from legumes, whole grains, nuts and seeds are pretty good, aren't they? Veggies can be quite high. Even fruits are 5% protein by weight. So if you're eating a lot of calories, you know, you're going to get a decent amount of protein without even trying. And then I use a couple of sermons of a more processed protein product. So things like a protein powder or TVP, tofu, seitan. Mostly I stick to the whole foods. Brennan, do you plan on making more guides? Not at the minute, but not to say that we wouldn't. It's good to put out some free guides and things. Oh, I think I've got a delivery. Yeah, I have. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Morning, how you doing? That's me. Thank you very much. Have a good day. You too. I've got a robot vacuum cleaner. I've got a robot vacuum cleaner. That's all right, isn't it? I like this influencer malarkey. That'll save a lot of bother. I just have to. I don't even have to promote it. I've just got to try it out and tell the company if I like it, and if they, just review it for the company to make any. It's like a prototype, basically. I just got a. I can't really show you. There you go. You can't quite see it. I got a camera. It's like a camera that you can control over the internet, like you watch on your phone, like a baby cam, or that'll be a cat cam for us. Shall I open the robot vacuum? Do you guys want to see a robot vacuum cleaner? I'm quite intrigued. I wonder if Cowboy will ride around on it. Yeah, if I was to make any more guides, Brennan or anyone else, what sort of a guide would you like to see? The last one, vegan nutrition guide, it's like a complete overview of all the basics. So yeah, so I don't know what else I'd have to do really, but yeah, let me know what you'd like to see. Dan, not coming this year, but plan to go next year. Yeah, nice. I think they may have sold all the tickets by now. There was 50 left, last I heard. Dwayne, Paul, I told my mum she can eat all the veggies and fruits she wants, but she has to track the rest. It works, but she's going ham on the nuts and seeds. Is this okay? No. Most people, if you go heavy on those, they're so rich in fat, which is very calorific, isn't it? 9 calories per gram as opposed to the 4 of protein and carbs. So yeah, I would limit those. I would just say, 2 to 4 tablespoons of ground flax and chia, and like a small amount of other ones if you want. And or actually no, well, it depends what her goal is. If she's trying to lean out or not put weight on, maybe a couple of tablespoons of ground flax or chia, but like an omega-3, like a DHA as well, just to be safe. And then maybe, a couple of tablespoons of other nuts and seeds. Because you don't want to go very high with overt fats. It's easy to overdo them. But then again, if she's a small, frail woman, maybe she needs to go higher in nuts and seeds. So it's hard to say. JM, that's really lovely though, sad Hench. Yeah, it's bittersweet, but do you know what I mean? Time healed. It took me about a year to get over the death of my mother. It was horrible. I was just constantly thinking, because I was in a really good place with Gemma, with my job. Everything was great, but I just kept thinking, well, that's all well and good, but everything you know and love will be dust soon enough. So, what's the point almost? I was very down for a good year. It hit me bloody hard. But I'm over it now. It's life, isn't it? And it's a fond memory. I just think she died happy, and so that feels nice. But thank you, Dan. I've heard a lot of doctors and nurses say that people's mindset massively influences medical treatment and recovery, etc. Yeah, no doubt. It's huge. I think sometimes people wouldn't need medical treatment if they had a more positive mindset and could think. I'm big into Joe Dispenza at the minute, and he says this manifestation malarkey. It's no good just to have the positive thought. You need to feel the feelings that you will feel once it actually comes to fruition. So yeah, you kind of have gratitude now. And that's hard to do when you're not feeling well. So I do get it, but supposedly that's a thing. I don't know. He talks about brain-heart coherence, and that your feelings need to match your thoughts or it don't work, basically. And I guess whatever your feelings are, you're releasing certain hormones. So I can see how that may be a thing. We have neuroplasticity, we have epigenetics. Yeah, that doctor is, or those doctors are right. Ah. Where was I? Blood Hill, thanks dude. I'll try up my turmeric intake back on the flax. We'll blend in number 7 last week. Nice. Have a bit of black pepper with your turmeric, and then you get much more curcumin bioavailability. Oh yeah, I think fats help absorb turmeric compounds as well, like curcumin. So you might want a fat in there as well. JM, yeah, you're not wrong. I need to up my prepping game. Your tofu burgers, one of your recent videos were fantastic. Thanks for info. I forgot about seeds. Very good. Haha, nice. Hopefully it works all right. That would be good. Well, the camera did anyway. The only criticism I've got is that the instructions were obviously written by a non-native speaker, and it would say things. Oh, what did it say? Something like the setup will take 2 or 3 minutes, wait a second, or something like that. Just really funny, really strange turn of phrases. Vegan Mooncat, oh my God, said a box of exotic fruits turn up, Paul. Thanks so much. You're welcome. What's the trying fruits I've never tried before? Do be a bit careful, because some of them might be quite bitter and weird. It's best to kind of look them up, and sometimes you're not meant to eat them raw, which I didn't quite realise, and some of the things... yeah, we're a bit strange, but I hope you enjoy them. I hope they're good for you. And thank you for all your blinking help over these last months. You've given me like hours and hours and hours of your time, and like I say, that's the most precious thing we've have. So I think that this is the least I can do, and I wish I could get you 1,000 exotic fruits boxes. And thank you so much. Really appreciate you, my friend. Eliza, open the robot vacuum. I'm glad someone said that, because I've been itching to. I really want to. I might need to get a knife or something though. Yeah, I'll just be 1 second. Yep. So we've had a robot vacuum now, a camera that works like in the dark. It's, what do they call that? Like a starlight sort of, it's not like thermal imaging, but it's just nice and bright so you can see. It's got a siren that goes off if any intruders like come in. You can record remotely. Oh, and it's got movement detection. It will actually follow people or animals like around the room. So we got that. We got this robot vacuum cleaner. Whatever next? It's like the Jetsons. We're just going to have mad sci-fi shiz. It's taken me a while to suss out how to get into this. I'm sorry. There we go. Oh, actually, I'm doing all right. I'm doing better than I thought. Yep. Yeah. Robot vacuum cleaner. Ooh. There's a picture of him. Oh, I better get to the blinking gym soon. How does this work? Oh, God. Oh, it's all gone crazy. Hang on. Yeah, we're still streaming. That's good. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a mop as well. He's a mop and a vacuum cleaner. There he is. I am a robot. Oh, there's little sweepers. Well, I better try and suss that out off stream. This might take me a while. Anyway, that's him. 360 robot vacuum. That's exciting. That'll save a lot of money. Yeah, so we'll like mop the kitchen up as well. That's very good. I have a hard life. JM, how to cook beans safely like a pro. I just empty the can out, put them into a pan and just put them on the hob and heat them up. I'm lazy. You're asking the wrong person. Memes are dreams. What in music do you enjoy listening to? Dubstep more than anything. Mostly when I'm training. Other than that, I don't really listen to music, if I'm honest. Me and Kat's happy with a dragon fruit. Yeah, so you might get red or white dragon fruit or both. Is there like a yellow dragon fruit looking thing, not so scaly? They're even nicer. Yellow pitahaya. They're like a type of dragon fruit. They're my favourite of the dragon fruits. Angrad, my mum organised an event for about 100 families to go to Elvedon Forest with a children's charity. It was lovely, many years ago. Very good. I love that. Yeah, what a beautiful place. There was lots of deer and squirrels. The squirrels were coming in our chalet. I went with, do you guys know Family Freedom? Bob, Katie and Jojo. We hung out with them. That was really nice. Oh, and they're coming to Norwich soon, actually, any day now, in their new camper van, if you've seen on their YouTube channel. Yeah, do subscribe to Family Freedom if you've not already. Right to be named. I'm back. Right to be named. Is coconut oil healthy? No, it's horrible. You'd be better off eating beef fat in terms of heart disease risk. And is it true that olive oil is healthy if not heated? Healthy, unhealthy. Like everything's on a scale. And I would say healthy compared to what? Healthy compared to butter. Yes, less saturated. It's, it's not going to be half as bad for the heart particularly. Healthy compared to a whole food with fibre, with exponentially more nutrients. No, like a bit naff really. I don't see it as a healthy thing. If someone's eating an atrocious diet, it may be healthier if they displace some of their really unhealthy food, but I don't see it as a health food. Brennan, I would like to see the vacuum. Wisdom. That also a guide on which whole foods are better for overall indigestion, for protein absorption, and a basic scale of health benefits. Okay, that sounds like quite a complicated thing. To be honest, well, yeah, I sort of talk about this stuff, but it's more in our course that we sell. Yeah, that's quite sort of in depth, isn't it? Yeah, so I don't know, because it's in our course. Like, that's probably not good to do a free version of that, because then people who bought the course might be a bit annoyed that they had to pay for that information. All your videos are awesome. Thank you, Brennan. I appreciate you saying that. JB, I tried Joe Dispenza. The vibe didn't vibe with the guy. Lots of bizarre testimonials. Women claim to have manifested 200,000 without any supporting evidence. Yeah, that's the thing. But I mean, there's so many of them. Yeah, I don't know. I keep an open mind. Yeah, shrugged an A. Yeah, I think that's the best we can say, isn't it? I'm quite convinced by some of it. I certainly think we have a lot more power over things than we dare believe, a lot of us. All right, yay. We're watching a robot path. Dwayne, thanks for the advice. My mum is eating like an Aldi bag of trail mix per day, fruits and cooked veggies, and that's it. I don't know how big a bag of Aldi trail mix is, but yeah, you certainly don't want to overdo the nuts and seeds. You need a bare minimum, like a couple of tablespoons of ground flax or chia for the omega-3s, and then not too much of other ones relative to that. Now you can tag unboxing in the video. Yeah, people love a bit of that, don't they, Blood Hill? Yes, of course, that's great. Thanks, Anharad. Right, I better get to the gym. I'm running late. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for keeping us troll-free. Moderators. Yeah, if you got questions about how to eat plant-based healthily, download my free vegan e-guide. All the basics that you'll need to know. And if you then want to go really in-depth and understand all of the things, do check out on the Ultimate Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition online course. It took us months to do. We're super proud of it. You get a lot of cool things there. We'll be on tonight about 7 p.m. So hope to see you there. Have a fantastic day, guys. Love you lots and see you soon. Bye for now.